There is this theory that you shouldn't share your plans with people because of, the evil eye or bad intentions or people not wanting good for you. In today's video, I'm going to share my vision for Sierra Leone and why I am doing the work that I do. New video, same outfit. Sometimes I will batch my video content. I try to create as many videos as I can in one day because they kind of are like a brainstorm. So I'll have a video that I talk about and then they kind of branch off. I'll go deeper into one topic or another. So my previous videos I talked about, I bought land in Sierra Leone, or I'm buying land in Sierra Leone. This is just a branch off of that. I'm making another video and I'm not changing because you guys don't care. So this is just another video. Same day, different location. I'm in the kitchen. Peace and blessings, beloved. It's your sis, Aisha Abdul. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Aisha Abdul. I am an archivist, I am a genealogist, and I'm an heritage traveler. And here on my channel, I share about me doing research into my family history and reconnecting to my roots in the US as well as West Africa. I also talk a little bit about behind the scenes of running my business, legacy planning and preservation, and what I do for galleries, libraries, archives, museums, and individual families with their family history research. In today's video, I am talking about Sierra Leone and how my business is helping me with the vision that I have for Sierra Leone. So there is this theory that they tell people, don't put out your plans, keep your plans a secret. I don't really know where this came from. I am a big person about manifesting. So I talked in a previous video, my degree, I have a PhD in transpersonal psychology. I have a master's in metaphysics. I've always been a spiritual person. I feel I'm probably more spiritual than religious. And it's funny is because I have a theory that people who say that, no shade, I'm not throwing any shade, I'm not judging, I swear. And I am Muslim, and when I first started my channel, I had a lot of videos, or not a lot, I had a couple of videos about Islam and stuff like that. But that's not what my channel is about. I think I will do some videos about like Islam in West Africa. But however, this is not going to be a spiritual religious video, guys. If you're not here for that, I don't want to scare you away. We have a lot of videos on that, and that's not like my channel. Even though me personally, I'm a very spiritual and religious person, I try and be more moderate here on my channel because that's not what my channel is about. My channel is about information and education. And with my degree in transpersonal psychology, it's a theology degree. I'm very familiar with all faiths, with Zoroastrianism, with Voodoo, with Judaism, with Christianity. My uncle is a pastor. I grew up Christian. It's a whole nother video. I converted to Islam about 20 years ago. So there's this theory, this concept of don't put out your business, what your plans are. There's the evil eye. People want bad for you. Don't tell people your business. I am all about manifesting. For me, the more that I put out the energy of what my vision is, the more that I share it with people. And it's fun. It's a passion for me to share that part of myself with other people. I feel like it helps people to see the true me, to see what's in my heart, not surface level. I'm just not a surface level person. I feel like I am all about manifesting and putting the energy of what I want to see in my life out there. I call it lifestyle design. I am always designing the life that I envision, the life that I want, the legacy that I want to leave. So I always talk about living and leaving a legacy. I am living and leaving a legacy and sharing that here on my channel. That's pretty much what my channel is about living and leaving a legacy for myself, for others, for the archival work. Someone is leaving and leaving a legacy. That's actually a good name for my channel if I want to give my channel a name. So my vision for Sierra Leone that I am manifesting and sharing with the world, one, it holds me accountable for what I said I'm going to do. And I'm the type of person where I'm like, I said I'm going to do this thing, I need to do it. I'm putting that out in the world. And I also believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah, God, whatever, your higher power, whatever you want to call it, puts things in your heart for a reason. They're not in there just for you to be like, oh, that's a really great idea. If something is in your heart and it stays in your heart for a significant amount of time, it's for a reason. God puts things in your heart for a reason. They're not in there for a whim, especially if it's something that's been on your heart for a while. And this vision of mine, even though I only recently obtained my citizenship in Sierra Leone, it's been 2 years, a year, 2 years, and even visiting the continent. I've only been visiting the continent since 2019, 2020. But it's been over 10 years that I've had this vision that I'm gonna share with you guys. And I'm gonna give you the backstory. So, I've always been into decorating, interior design and decorating. And I loved watching HGTV for years. So when we bought our first house, I got really, really crazy with HGTV. HGTV will make you go broke because you're like, oh, we gotta paint one wall blue, like for a while. Like that was the rage, that was the trend, is to have an accent wall. I literally took a jackhammer and put a hole in my wall of our house because I wanted an open concept, and I was opening the wall from my living room to my kitchen. And my husband was like, what are you doing? I'm like, we're gonna have open concept. HGTV was a problem for me. So I absolutely love HGTV. I haven't watched it in a while, and it just really changed. Their shows just really changed. So I don't even know what's on there. And so I was no longer really interested in what they were showing. But so there is House Hunters International. This is where this all started. I think it was maybe 2004, 2005. I have to find the episode and share it with you guys. There is an episode on House Hunters International of a lady who's going to Morocco, and she's looking for a riad for her family.
Lovely. It looks like the whole history of Morocco right there. Question is, exactly how much do they love their Moroccan history?
Between 800 and 1,000 years old, so...
Can you imagine if we were telling people we lived in a house that was 1,000 years old?
Yeah.
Their North African odyssey takes them to the heart of a 1,000-year-old city.
I love the doors, but I hate the doors.
As it turns out, even medieval towns have their park avenues.
We're talking 880,000 years.
So many different ideas running through my head.
Chris and Miriam are shopping not only for souvenirs, but for their new home.
A chance to live in a new culture, meet some new people, and explain to our kids how everything doesn't just focus around the U.S.
Now seen 3 courtyard homes called riads. They're fast becoming aware of the impracticalities of living in a property designed 900 years ago.
That's a big plus. It's certainly fully decorated.
But we're short at least one room.
We're short a bedroom.
House 2 is a traditional riad located in the same quiet neighborhood as the first house, but is a whopping $400,000 cheaper.
The price is certainly right. And I think it's nice that we'd be able to put our own imprint on the place in terms of renovation, but it's a lot of work.
With 5 bedrooms and a pool, House 3 is so large it even rents as a guest house.
If we had the money, I would say yeah.
But we talked about maybe renting out a couple of rooms for a while.
That means you have guests in your house all the time.
I know.
Their final option is to combine an empty olive grove with Chris's expertise as an architect and build their dream home.
Start from scratch? Do we want to do that? Who knows when we get in that place? It could be a couple of years, maybe.
They're looking to purchase a riad, and she couldn't find the riad that she wanted due to plumbing and some other issues. And so she ended up buying land and building what is now Peacock Pavilion.
What? I say
Let's
we
do it.
Let's do it. I'm in.
All right. Let's tell the kids that we're moving to a farm and see how they feel.
Building their dream home wasn't without its trials.
It wasn't a magical year. It was full of some frustrations. Generally speaking, it went fairly well.
The final cost of this customized home was $500,000.
And we were able to design the feeling that we wanted, but the spaces that work better.
So her name is Mary Montague. She's a beautiful person. I absolutely love her. We have a lot in common. And as I learned more about her and did research about her and her journey, I believe her husband is an architect, I just fell in love with her as a person and the work she was doing because we had like a lot of commonalities. So Miriam Montague, she's a diplomat, I believe. And she has a lot of love for Morocco, for Marrakech. So she has Project SOAR, which is, and then she does a lot of stuff with the girls there, which resonated with me because at the time of watching this episode I was a Girl Scouts troop leader. So I started a Girl Scout troop at my masjid at the time my daughter was in kindergarten, and it grew to, and now it's still there, the same troop that I started over 20 years ago. It has a waiting list. It's like, it's amazing the things that we can do when we manifest, you know? And so I had started this Girl Scout troop, and I went and I was watching her and started following her on Instagram and buying her book. She has a book which is all about Moroccan decor and how to decorate your house with Moroccan decor. And it really just inspired me, her whole entire story. And then later, when I went to go look her up after I bought her book and learned, it is now called Peacock Pavilion. So Peacock Pavilion, it's not your like traditional riad, but it has like that Moroccan tradition to it and the decor that she does. And so Miriam Montague has been my inspiration for a lot of things. Like, they're things that I already wanted to do, but when I want to see how it's executed and I don't have examples, I have found that a lot of the things I'm trying to execute, she's already done. And so I've contacted her on Instagram and messaged her back and forth. Hey, this is my idea. What do you think? And so I messaged her and I was like, hey, I want to build in Sierra Leone. What do you think? And she got back to me. I just was like amazed. And I've messaged her maybe 2 or 3 times over the years, and she has always gotten back to me. And I'm just so honored and just so grateful for her help. Because even though it's not in West Africa, she's done this. You know, she's not from Morocco. She's not a Moroccan, I don't believe. I don't think so. She might be, but I don't think so. And she moved, you know, took her whole entire family and moved to Morocco and manifested, or, you know, built this dream, this vision that her and her family had. And the work that she's done with the youth and the work that she's done with the girls, it just really, really motivated me and inspired me, because it showed me it could be done. Someone else is doing it, this thing that I want to do, and here's an example of it. I can do this. I'm just going to do it differently and in a different place. So I asked her, you know, about Sierra Leone. What did she think about me buying land in Sierra Leone and the location that I'm looking at? And so I just asked her, you know, for some advice and some suggestions. Really just brief, quick things, but it made a really a big difference, and it really motivated me. So I'm not going to build a riad in Sierra Leone, but what I've always wanted to do after seeing what Miriam Montague has done is I want to build heritage homes. So that's what I'm calling them, are heritage homes in Ghana as well as Sierra Leone. Ghana is always going to be close to my heart because it was the first country that I visited on the continent. I plan to visit other countries. I want to visit all of the countries that my ancestors are connected to at least once. So that's going to include Angola, that's going to include Liberia, that's going to include Nigeria. Those are trips that I'm going to definitely take at least once. But I want to have heritage homes where people who want to reconnect to their roots can come. They have a place to stay that's not a hotel, that immerses you in the culture. So that's what I thought I was doing when I got my first place in Ghana, and it just didn't work out. I got my place in Ghana. I paid for the lease for the year. I got it all furnished and everything. I put it on booking.com. I put it on airbnb.com, and I didn't hear anything. So there's something that I'm not doing right. It's either the location. It was in Tasso Island. Sorry, not Tasso Island. That's in Sierra Leone. It's in Hacho and Accra. So it's in Hacho and Accra. And I really liked it. But for whatever reason, I never got not one booking. But I just felt like it's an amazing space. But for whatever reason, I'm doing something wrong in terms of marketing for Airbnb purposes or booking. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that the people who come to Ghana are coming for Dirty December. They're there to party, things like that. And maybe I have to market my place more here on YouTube or something. I'm not sure. But I haven't given up. But my vision is to have a place in Ghana, in Sierra Leone, for people who want to reconnect to their history. They want to do some of the touristy stuff. They want to visit the castles. They want to go to the beach. They want to hit up the touristy stuff, but they want to immerse themselves in the local culture. They're there to reclaim their legacy. They want to learn the language. They want to learn how to cook the food. They want to learn how to shop, how to barter. They want to know all the things. They just may not be ready to move to the continent, or they may have no intention of moving to the continent at all. But they want to really reconnect to the culture and the heritage in the place. And so they're not trying to stay at a hotel. They want to stay in a traditional Ghanaian home, or a Temni or Mende or Creole house. And so that is my vision, is I want to have something in Ghana. A couple of the places that I've looked at in Ghana, I'm a beach girl. I love to visit the beach. And then I also like nature. So there are places where I've looked, like Aburi. Is it Aburi or Aburi? It's a little bit more remote. It's more like in the mountains. Then there's beachfront property, that's in Tema. So that is my vision, is I want to have something in Ghana where people can come, they can learn tree. Maybe you have a host that teaches you how to cook Ghanaian food, that helps you practice the language. Maybe you're a writer or an artist and you want to go for inspiration. So my heritage house will have the things that you need to do that. You'll have a full kitchen. You'll have, access to, a list of things to do and places to go. There'll be places for you to create. They're going to be creative spaces, my heritage homes. And the same with Sierra Leone. I want to have a place where you can immerse yourself in the culture of Sierra Leone. You can go and you can practice your Creole. You'll have a guide. So this is my vision that I've had for a while for my heritage homes. And having this new business, legacy planning and preservation, has really shown me that I can do this. So I'm excited to buy the land in Sierra Leone, get this set up. And it's going to be my house first, a place where I can go, but it's also going to have heritage homes. So I'm not sure which land I'm going to buy yet, but it's either going to be multiple homes or bungalows on one location, or a place where I also stay, or it's going to be, one place. I'm not sure yet. My vision is that it's multiple places, that I've even thought about like shipping containers. I love container homes. I love interior decoration and design. So I'm going to be putting my hands, I'm going to be personally helping to build these things. These are not just going to be done by contractors. I want to help build these things. I just don't know about shipping containers and the weather conditions there. So I have to do some research and see if that is even feasible. But my vision was to have container homes that are sustainable, things are off grid, where we're utilizing solar, we're reusing the water, recycling rainwater, making things as sustainable as possible. I believe in sustainable travel, not making things worse than they are for our environment. Also taking consideration of rising sea levels, things like that. But my vision was to have like multiple containers that are available, and then I have my own, so people have their own personal space and I have my own personal space. But then I was like, well, I want people to really have the experience of staying in a home that feels like a traditional Sierra Leone home. So I thought about buying a traditional, like an old Creole house, but the prices in Sierra Leone, they're just not feasible. It makes more sense for me to just build on my own. It's crazy to buy land and build custom is cheaper than to buy an older house and fix it up. There's I have theories of why. I've been told of reasons why. And it's one of the reasons that has prevented me from going back and doing a project like this up until now, is just because Sierra Leone, no shade to Sierra Leone government, they don't make it easy. They don't make it easy for us to repatriate. So we're having these discussions in WhatsApp groups of what they expect for us citizens that are returning, and what the citizens are expecting for them, or what we're hoping to see for that transition. You know, it has to be a partnership. And as of right now, they're not making it easy. So that's why it has taken me probably this long to really take this leap of faith, to really go ahead and build the dream that I have for us, for myself, and for us as a people in Sierra Leone. But I want to have these heritage homes where we can go, we can reconnect with the culture, we can learn the food, learn the language, and really immerse ourselves. And shipping container homes probably is not really going to give you that experience of being in Sierra Leone like I want. And so I'll probably go with something more traditional, and building, you know, a traditional Sierra Leonean home. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I really just want to put this video out there and share what I'm doing, and share my vision, and ask you guys for your support, ask you guys for your prayers, and give me your feedback. What do you think about when you visit Ghana? Where do you like to stay? What do you do when you visit Sierra Leone? Where do you stay? What kind of experiences are you hoping for? Because that's my vision, but that may not be what people want. And so that might be why my place in Hacho didn't do well. It could just be because it's in Hacho. It's not a touristy place, but that is not my goal. I don't want people to feel like a tourist when they travel and they stay with at my heritage homes. I want them to feel like it's a home away from home. They're really immersing themselves in the culture. So I know I'm definitely going to try again in Ghana, because I haven't given up. It's just, it's been placed on my heart to do this. And this is something that I definitely want to do before I pass on. It's a legacy that I want to leave to my children. It's a legacy that I want to leave for the world, for you, for us, that we have a place that we can stay when we go and we visit West Africa, that helps us to reconnect to our roots. All right, that's it, guys. Life is good. Before getting into library science and information technology, I did web design while I homeschooled my kids for about 20 years. I got married young, I had kids young, and I wanted an income of my own, but I did not want your traditional 9-to-5 job.